Hi, this is Justin Aquilante, ESA Sales Director, here today with Randy Stacy, Managing Partner and Chief Commercial Officer for LiIon Tamer, as well as Steve Cummings, Director of Sensor Business Unit. Randy, how did Nexeras get involved with lithium-ion batteries and develop the LiIon Tamer technology?
Well, thank you for having us. Nexeras is a 25-year-old company that's worked primarily in clean energy projects, and most of our projects have been funded by the Department of Defense and Department of Energy. It's through some Department of Defense funding that we got into lithium-ion batteries and ended up developing the product LiIon Tamer. It all started when a Navy SEAL delivery system was being developed, and it was just about ready to go on a ship before its first training mission, and it burst into flames when it was being charged on a dock in Hawaii. And it was a catastrophic fire, and we got a contract from the Navy in 2010 to help them understand the anatomy of a lithium-ion battery fire and how to get ahead of it, how to prevent it from occurring. So 8 years of funding and research and development and a whole lot of testing, and we were able to develop what we call the LiIon Tamer. And the LiIon Tamer is basically a sensing device that allows you to detect the off-gas and minutes before thermal runaway, and gives you that valuable time that you can jump in and prevent thermal runaway from occurring. So we've continued to work with the Navy and work with them today in further development and next iterations of the technology. And we've also formed a business unit called the LiIon Tamer Group, and we were happy to announce a couple of months ago a partnership with Honeywell to get the education and the distribution network established on a global basis. So that's how LiIon Tamer started, and it's a separate entity inside of Nexeras Corporation.
Steve, what have you learned as a provider of safety technology to the energy storage market?
Oh, thanks. Yeah, one of the areas that we've really focused on is the area of education. We spend a lot of time talking about lithium-ion batteries are a new technology and a new application, well, an established technology and a new application that has new hazards, and therefore there are new ways of protecting those installations. So we've done work through the government side with Department of Energy through their ARPA-E program. We've also been active participants in safety task forces through ESA, through EPRI, as well as CESA, and focusing on just educating how we can use the failure mechanisms of a lithium-ion battery to provide new detection methods for that. So the area that we focus on is in gas detection. We've developed ways of providing early warning to detect a lithium-ion battery fault before it turns into thermal runaway, and really focused on that educational piece in the marketplace. The second thing that we've learned is that safety is really a top-down industry. We've learned that much of the bottom of the industry, really, apart from codes and standards established, are focused purely on the dollars per kilowatt hour. How can we make it cheaper to the industry? And we've really gotten a lot of traction working with utilities in understanding how to put safety into their RFPs. So we've done that through a number of different mechanisms, but really, again, it ties back to that educational piece and just getting the message out on how to protect these systems better.
Steve, DNV has concluded a 2-year study on battery safety. They concluded that the off-gas detection was a critical part of the overall safety solution. Could you elaborate on that a little bit further?
Yeah, sure, Justin. So this project was a joint industry program that we participated in. It included battery manufacturers all the way up to the shipbuilders within the marine industry, really focusing on what are the new risks that are associated with lithium-ion battery installations on boats, and how do we address those risks? The conclusions that they came to in the study with respect to gas detection were twofold. First, they did conclude that off-gas detection can provide early warning before thermal runaway occurs in a lithium-ion battery cell. And then the second conclusion that they had was that you're still able to pull back that cell from thermal runaway. So there's value in that early warning afforded by off-gas detection to still be able to protect the overall system from having a thermal runaway event occur in one of those cells, and then, the follow-on risks of the propagation and things that are of the major concern for larger incidents that come out of these single cell battery fires. Then the other thing that we've seen is that the stationary energy storage market's really begun to adopt the same thing. Burns & McDonnell, one of the leading EPCs in stationary energy storage markets today, just released a white paper which really came to the same conclusions, that off-gas detection is really one of the only external protection methods that can be installed to help prevent thermal runaway from occurring in batteries.
Randy, how is off-gas detection becoming recognized in the energy storage market?
Well, that's a great question, Justin. We have really seen a lot of movement in the last 6 months as a result of big financiers looking to underwrite projects, insurance companies looking to underwrite projects, tax equity investment strategies. They all know that the one big fear that they have, everybody's excited about the growth of energy storage, but their biggest fear is what happens if one of these gets out of control and they have to protect against catastrophic fire. And that's why they've come to us, and they're really exploring the values of off-gas detection as a value and possibly as a requirement in a lot of situations. We also had great success early on with utilities recognizing that their name is oftentimes the first name mentioned when there's a problem, and they don't want that to happen. So they want they want to build that safety in as much as possible. So we're really excited about the awareness and the movement we've seen in all those different categories, and we have seen it across the globe in all of our installations. Some countries do take it more seriously than others, but they're all coming up to speed.
Steve, what can you tell us about the next generation of LiIon Tamer?
Yeah, Justin, so we at Nexeras, we are a technology company, so we're always working on innovation, and we're continuously looking at improving on the platforms that we're developing. We're also integrating Honeywell in through joint development of our next generation product. So we're actually looking to launch our Generation 3 LiIon Tamer product in first quarter of 2021. We've been working closely with a lot of the system integrators that we've worked with over the past few years of deploying on their energy storage systems and incorporating a lot of the feedback that we've gotten from them, and really expanding some of the capability that we're putting into these systems. So please keep an eye out for what's coming next. We're going to have a lot more information coming out over the next several months regarding our Generation 3 LiIon Tamer system.
Steve, Randy, thank you so much for your time today. Obviously, safety is paramount. We look forward to seeing you guys at ESA Con 20. We also look forward to hearing you during your session during ESA Con 20 as well. Thank you, guys.
Thank you, Justin.
Thank you, Justin.